What's up guys, I'm Garamoth and welcome to something different. So if you've seen my Dark Souls bingo videos or you follow me on Twitter, you might be aware I've been getting into both watching and trying out speedrunning, Dark Souls being one of my games of choice. However, I wanted some more short form style games I could run and I ended up getting into a game from my childhood, Metal Slug. It's a Contra-style side-scroller with one-hit kills and ridiculous bosses and enemies. The sequel's more so than the first game, but yeah. This is my current personal best run of Metal Slug 1, complete with some post-commentary to show off exactly what's going on, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I have seen some of the world record run for this game. I've seen the route they've used on the first, second, and half of the third mission. Most of the rest is my own routing. For the first mission, I don't deviate that much from the world record route. It's just a case of grabbing that machine gun at the start and then just sprinting past enemies here. Because this is one of the key parts of Metal Slug speedrunning. You need to know which screens you can just run through and when you need to actually kill enemies to progress. Like right here, you need to kill the chopper, otherwise the screen will stay there forever. Other than that, you can just keep running. Still keep running. Just coming up is when I deviate next from the world record. I grab these grenades and jump straight into the Metal Slug. The world record run does not use the Metal Slug. I like to use it to get through this bit quickly. However, once we take down this building here, I immediately hop out of it, and I save this guy to get more grenades for the final boss. If we save that guy while we're in the Metal Slug, we would get cannon ammunition, which we don't want. The grenades are better because they're faster. You can spam them like this, and that'll just wipe out the first boss, absolutely no problem at all. The cannon, while it does decent damage, is so much slower than that. So that's basically the reason. And incidentally, you can also throw grenades extremely fast, like you saw there, if you're running into the enemy at the time. It's kind of neat. You'll see a difference in grenade throws against certain bosses because of stuff like that. Hopping into the second mission. This is probably one of my worst routed levels. I don't do it very well. Like right there at the start, I could have hung more on the right of the screen and shot that guy from afar, but I kind of didn't. This bit's a little tricky just because the hitbox on the flame shot is kind of weird. It's very good at taking these guys out, but as you can see, sometimes it hits two, sometimes it doesn't. I need more practice with the weapon, basically, to get the hitbox down on this. That, again, is another example of you have to kill everything there or you just can't progress. And then we can just speedrun this bit. Make sure to switch to the rocket launcher here because the flame shot has some of the worst damage in the game. It's not utterly terrible, but against anything that's not just basic troops, it's pretty bad. Save this guy to get him to give us the rocket launcher, but don't just pick it up yet because we need to blow up 3 ships. This is the first of them. Once we've blown that up, we'll refresh our ammunition and grab the rocket launcher. We'll use that to finish off the second boat. Straightforward. I mess up here. I should have grabbed that rocket launcher. Now my ammunition, as you can see at the top, I'm only got 14 shots left. Luckily that is enough to take down this boat, but it's pretty close. It's exactly the right amount. And I get the shotgun, which is literally one of the best weapons in the game. It's extremely good. It just destroys everything, which is why you don't see it very much in the game. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. You two-shot these giant tanks. I mean, you saw how many rockets that took before. Whatever. Killing that guy is faster than letting him run away. He will run away if you just let him, but it is faster to kill him, I believe. Slightly. This boss is literally just a case of stand there and shoot. However, we do want to keep on to the right here because when it dies, it rolls off the edge like this, and we want to make that as small time as possible. This bit, you need to kill these guys quickly, otherwise that happens. Yeah, this is pretty bad. My run kind of goes a bit askew here. I'm not particularly good at this bit, I'm not going to lie. I believe the world record does this section a lot faster than I do. But I need to double check it. I'm not quite clear on the route. I know it involves using the Metal Slug suicide function to go quite fast, but apart from that, I'm not sure. So this upcoming boss you saw it go past in the background has quite a bit of RNG to it, like deciding which attacks it uses. So you can kind of get a little bit messed up, like in this fight if you get some bad attacks at the start. For example, it has an attack where it drops it like bombards the screen with all kinds of bombs. But to do that, it goes into the top corner just like this. This is in fact the attack I was talking about. If it does this a lot early, it's very hard to get a quick kill on it because you need to get grenades on it. And obviously when it's in the top like that, you can't. You know it's fairly close to dying when this guy comes out. This means it's in its last section of health. So we're just going to hop out, throw the grenades. He keeps bombarding it. Overall, this boss fight could have gone a lot quicker. And I do mean a lot quicker. That wasn't a great Mission 2 final boss, but And no. As you see in my time, it's put me behind.
Mission complete.
Alright, mission 3.
Mission.
Not too much to say about the start of this. Get a heavy machine gun from this guy. This starts off with a vertical section rather than the standard horizontal that we're used to seeing. And this, as you expect, falling off the bottom of the screen will kill you. This bit's a little bit annoying. It's kind of awkward to hit these guys. You kind of want to try and take them out while they're as high as you can, because the next lot of parachutists won't spawn until the current lot have died. So you do want to try and get them as early as possible, which can be a little bit tricky. Nothing much to say about that. Standard helicopter, you saw it in the first level. So as you got the heavy machine gun, slightly move left, it's no issue whatsoever. This bit's not too bad. You just need to be aware of that guy, keep the door open, and as long as you got that high, you can pretty much take the explosive barrel out in one go. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. If you're lucky, like I was there, you can actually get a heavy machine gun spawn, which is great. But sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't. There might be a bit of a... There might be a specific trigger for the heavy machine gun coming down, or there might be just pure RNG, I'm not sure. So, whatever. This is a minibus. This guy has more RNG, he just kind of runs around. He fires in 3 bursts, he throws grenades at you, and if he stands on top of you, he knifes you, like that. Which is an instant kill. Which is kind of annoying. Like I said before, I know about half the route of level 3 of the world record route, and it's pretty nice. Like, he uses a different tactic, he stands above the boss, whereas I stand below it. One quick thing I want to point out, the reason I took out that mini-boss so fast is because I used my brief moment of invincibility from dying to literally stand on top of him and just spam my knife attack, which did a lot of damage. Right here we grab our second shotgun of the run, which completely devastates, just like the first one did. But I messed up there pretty badly, I don't know how I managed to point the wrong way, but yeah, like, I mean, look at this, you just wreck the tanks. They're just not an issue. I want to double back grab those grenades because we want as many grenades as possible for the boss. We currently have 40, which is well, that's enough. That's totally fine. This bit, same thing, because you get stuck in this cutscene when the building blows up. You want to be as far to the right as you can. And now we get a bit annoying. I'm pretty sure my route through this bit is not efficient. I need to try and route it better. I don't know, it seems kind of slow. I use the Metal Slug to take out those 2 tanks. Then there's another 2 tanks that spawn here. And then in the next screen, there's another 2 tanks again, and you have to kill them. You can't, yeah, you have to kill them to get the go sign. It's not a screen you can just rush through, unfortunately, as much as I wish. You can get 2 prisoners to spawn there from that tree, but I'm not sure how. I've had it happen sometimes, and not others. This bit was a little bit dicey because, yeah, almost got hit straight there. And lucky I've got the shotgun still, so it's not too bad taking those guys out. And this boss, honestly, is a cakewalk. It really has very little RNG to it. In fact, its only RNG is deciding where its 2 side turrets will fire mines or Gatling guns. That's it. Attacks are really simple. Like, that's basically, you've seen most of its attacks. It has that giant turret that has the obvious charger. It has mines, and it's already dead. Literally, as long as you've got the grenades, you just run around, you lob the grenades, you dodge its attacks, it's done. You can do that faster if you have Metal Slug in that fight, which I have done before. If you get Metal Slug in the fight, you can throw grenades from your Metal Slug, and I believe it's faster than just throwing them by hand. So that's the one thing I need to work on. I need to route that second half of Mission 3 so I can actually get the Metal Slug into the fight. I think that'll be faster. Alright, Mission 4 is... Mission 4 is actually kind of fun. Now I've got the routing down, I kind of like it. I use the explosive barrel to get up to the Metal Slug. And basically my routing with this is just to keep the Metal Slug alive and go through this level as fast as possible. There's not many screens in this level where you get stuck and have to kill stuff. This is one of the few here. You literally just charge now. Or at least I try to. You can get the Metal Slug into the boss fight. I don't try to. Usually you don't need it. I like to try and get it through most of the level though. Like, there's not a lot else to say really. It's just I use the cannon to take out these things a bit faster. Go up over this one because it's quicker. I don't need to wait for it. However, I do need to kill this one, so a cannon shot will take it out quickly. And again, I'll use a few cannon shots to take out these turrets quite quickly. So I mean, you can just dodge their fire by ducking. Shotgun, which is great for the boss. This is kind of annoying, the Metal Slug's dying there, because literally the next turret, there is gas for it, so which would regen some of its health. I was just being really careful here because I wanted to keep the shotgun. Like right here, that is always a gas trap, at least in my experience. So, I mean, it would have been really great to get the Metal Slug to here, but now we're into the boss fight. It's a really short level. Again, really simple boss. You can just grenade spam it. The boss will kill you if you touch it. You can't, like, hook the front of it. If it runs into you, you will die. But all you have to do is sort of get a decent distance on it, duck, throw grenades, then drop down behind that second one, throw more grenades. Hop up there to dodge the prisoners, obviously, because more prisoners means more score, which actually means more time on these end screens. Alright, mission 5, the start is really hectic. This tends to be, if I die in this first section, where I'm running towards the Metal Slug, if I die in this first section, usually to either that rocket launcher guy or this one here, I usually will have a bunch of deaths, like 3 or 4 easily. If I can get to the Metal Slug like that in one go, everything's great. But just getting through that starting section is kind of tricky. Things can get, as you can probably already tell, like things can get really clustered. Right here, my usual tactic is we're about to hit some walls that you have to destroy to get to continue with the level. My usual tactic is to get the Metal Slug, use the Metal Slug to tank a bunch of hits, and let it die just before I take out the first wall. Because doing that, a second Metal Slug will spawn immediately on the other side of the wall. Unfortunately, in this run, I actually do slightly too well and get the wall down before the Metal Slug goes down, which is kind of annoying. Like, normally there'd be a second one here, but there isn't because I'm still in one. So that means this gets a little trickier. I have to waste a bunch of grenades on that wall to get it down. I would have had a complete fresh Metal Slug to do it otherwise, which is kind of annoying. Make sure I grab the heavy machine gun from that guy, because we're about in the boss again. Yeah, some of these missions 4 and 5 pretty quick. This boss fight isn't great. Because I wasted grenades on the wall, I don't have many at all to use on the boss. So I'm pretty much out of options. And I accidentally run straight into it like an idiot. So that's our first continue. That does get us some grenades and a free heavy machine gun. If you continue, you get a free heavy machine gun, which is always nice. I messed up there. I didn't expect the splash damage to be so big. I should have dodged that. Killing that if you're in trouble. Killing the flame turret underneath will drop 3 prisoners always, which gets you some more stuff. You can just stand under it if you're out of grenades, and you can just shoot all the missiles coming at you and then just fire upwards into the boss to take it out. All in all, it's not a difficult boss fight, but I could have done that so much quicker. Like, so much quicker, I think. Alright, and we're heading into the final mission. This is mission 6, final mission, and this is where the difficulty spikes so hard. Yeah, Metal Slug final missions are ridiculous. At least I always think that. I mean, you can already tell this is the first screen, and look at the amount of grenades going at me. This screen is really fast if you get the flamethrower drop like that, because basically you just keep getting these guys coming down, and if you can get chains off like that, it's nice. Now onto the bridge, which is my least favourite part of the level. I suck at this bit. Like, I'm not even going to make excuses, I just flat out suck at this bit. To be honest, like, this is one of my better runs of the bridge. I'm not even gonna be like, yeah, like, I usually die to these rocket launcher guys. They tend to get me a lot, but went pretty well. I tend to play it more safe than this bit. Like, you can probably do this faster, but it's so hectic and dying costs you time, obviously. These guys, I highly recommend. I really recommend grenading the tank and then taking out the bikes with your gun, because the bikes are incredibly annoying. You just want that tank out of the way as fast as you can, because once the tank's down, you can concentrate on the bikes. Then you can go and deal with this other one on the top. Like, it's not really an issue that much. It fires very slowly and has very predictable weapon arcs. At this point is a cutscene. I can't skip any of this. Just gotta wait it out. And now we're onto a sort of semi-auto scroll a bit at this level. We land on this battleship. And we have a gun turret, and we have one of the prisoners, luckily dropped down, so we can grab his stuff, but I don't think it's anything useful. Oh no, he does actually give us a heavy machine gun. Nice. Use the turret to take out the planes. It's pretty easy. I didn't get the angle right here, but you can get like a decent angle where it's a bit tighter. Yeah, like that, you can just annihilate the planes. And you get these guys dropping down. Isn't too bad, although you can always start to see, yeah. There's frame rate issues in this game when the amount of stuff on screen starts going crazy. In fact, I feel it's a design philosophy for Metal Slug. Like, They must have at least one point in the game where they tank their own frame rate through sheer particles and enemy use. I absolutely hate this chopper. I'm terrible at taking it out. I need to learn a better way to do it, just flat out, because this is bad. I tend to die on it every time. And I mean, this is awful. I died twice on that. But if it goes away on its own when you hit this bridge anyway. This bridge is another tricky part. It's really weird that the sort of hitboxes where you can stand in it don't quite match the background. So you can make that first jump onto it's a little awkward, and then this is like, as you've seen already in the run, you have to destroy this bridge to continue. So I like using the Metal Slug. I don't know, it could be faster. My routing in Mission 6 is awful. Like, it could be a lot better, probably. Next is the second lot of bridges. Again, this is another, we have to destroy it. This one's not too bad. I usually just, like I am right now, position the Metal Slug right on the edge and just absolutely bombard it. I try and get this going where you get the Metal Slug's cannon and its machine gun firing. I did stop to take out the bikes because the bikes are just incredibly annoying. It's just, whatever, that's done. And we're coming up to the final bit of Mission 6, just before the boss. Destroy the Metal Slug, I don't really care. I don't take the Metal Slug into the boss fight. We just have this one chopper to deal with, sorry, and a couple of guards and we're done. This bit is kind of cheap if you've never played it before, because I have to kill this guy to get off screen, but just off screen, once I start going, you can see them start jumping on. Those guys jump at you with knives, and you can't knife them. Like, if they collide with you, they will knife you before you can knife them, pretty much. So you can die there really cheaply, in my opinion. If you don't know, that's kind of annoying. So this is the final boss. He has a bunch of RNG attacks, which can slow down and speed things up. That's a really good one. You want him to use his chain gun because he like sits there for so long. But I don't think I got too many of those. In fact, I think that's the only time he uses his chain gun in the entire fight. I could be wrong. Messed up there. Should have shot the missile and continued running up. This is kind of annoying. You can shoot him a bit when he's doing it, but it's like one of his most annoying attacks. He wastes a lot of time doing it. Like, these are the ones you want, the ones where he like opens fire with the chain gun or the missiles. But I'm not playing correctly. I died there, got the heavy machine gun at least, and I got more grenades when he comes closer. Like, I can definitely improve this final boss. I mean, you can see I'm messing up a bunch of my throws. Then I've missed a bunch of grenades on this guy, at least 4, I think. Like, at this point, it literally just comes to the war of attrition, almost, basically. You just gotta hit him with what you got. You've seen all his attacks, he doesn't have anything else. You can stop the guy on the side firing missiles by, if you sort of aim onto that side of the thing, you can see he sort of gets staggered, which is nice. And that's it. Hey, yeah, that's Metal Slug 1 in a nutshell. Like I said, there's definitely a lot of stuff I can improve upon, but this is my personal best so far. And all in all, I don't think it was a terrible run. Obviously, a bunch of dying in the final mission, but yeah. That's it. Nothing more to say, really. So, I'll let you guys enjoy the ending cutscene, and who knows, maybe I can improve on my time. When I do, I will put it up.